Morning lads and lassies, and welcome back to the YouTube. Okay, so today we're gonna do it. We're gonna learn the first ever flip, in my opinion, that you should learn on a wakeboard. In saying that, I have to put in a disclaimer. This is not the first flip I ever learned, but now that I'm older and now that I'm wiser and I have a doctorate in wakeboarding, I now know that this particular flip, in my experienced opinion, is the one I go and learn. What is it, I hear you ask? So, as much as I'd like to keep the clickbait to the end of the video, the first flip that I would learn is a toe side back roll. For the sake of this video, we're going to learn it on the kicker, but I also strongly feel that if you're going to learn any type of flip on the boat or the cable or the winch or whatever other type of wakeboarding there is, I would go with a toe side back roll. So when it comes to the toe side back roll, there is a bunch of fundamentals that you're going to need. The main ones being hitting kickers, obviously, toe side kickers, ideally switch heel side and switch toe side. Then, of course, you're going to have to be able to do a backflip for obvious reasons. A lot of people don't like flipping backwards, however it is so much easier, and I wish I knew this at the time, because when you're flipping backwards you can see you're landing the whole way, whereas if you're flipping forwards you're completely blind. So if you can't do a backflip, I'd suggest going to like a safe environment, I don't know, like a diving pool or a trampoline gymnastics place, and learning it correctly, and then going back to wakeboarding. There's also one massive key ingredient, and that is having a set of balls. I don't care if it's a basketball, a football, we need to just man up and go for it, because it's so scary, and I know that you're scared of hurting yourself, but I promise you'll be okay if you follow these instructions and just go for it. We're going to start with literally how to do it from start to finish, then I'm going to break it down to make it easier for you to learn, and then I'm going to show you how you can improve on it afterwards. So first up, how to actually toe side back roll. The ideal scenario is to have a setup like this, where you have a small kicker and a big kicker. However, I know not every cable park has that. It really doesn't matter. The small kicker just makes it a little bit less scary, but actually a big kicker is probably easier. Let's take the small kicker. You want to have a nice edge up to the kicker. Now the tip that I would say is actually take your backhand off the handle like 10 feet away from the kicker. What that does is it kind of straightens up your body, which means when you go to flip, it'll just work better. Trust me on that one, I swear. Then, as you approach the kicker, just like any toe side hit, you want to flatten off. You also, in my opinion, should go a little bit lower. Then, as you ride to the top of the kicker, and this is so important, always take off at the top of the kicker. That is the safest thing. If you're afraid of getting hurt, as long as you wait till the top of the kicker, you'll be 110% perfect. As you get to the top of the kicker, you want to stand up tall, just like you would on a trampoline or like jumping into the water. You want to stand tall, up with your chest. You want to kind of look back, and this is the ticket. Don't look sideways either way trying to spot it early. Just have trust in yourself for that 1 second and look straight back. And as you look straight back and you're leaving the kicker, suck up your knees right up into your chest, and just, you can almost even grab your knee with your backhand. Then you'll spot the landing, and that's kind of why this trick is the best one to learn first, because once you spot that landing, if you think you're going to overflip, you can lay out your body. If you think that you're like not going to make it around, then suck up nice and tight and you'll flip faster. So that's kind of like the trick and the magic of the toe side back roll. Once you spot the landing, bend the knees, get your head up at the far shore, and then obviously like claim it and do all that stuff. You got to do it because everyone likes a good claim. I did it first. So moving forward, how can you actually, like, that's how you do it, but how can you go about learning it? So the first thing I'd say is, if you do have the small kicker, or again on the big kicker, for the first one, just don't even try hold the rope. So as you get to the kicker, literally wait till you're on it, but once you're on it, throw away the rope and just try to do a backflip. The reason we do that is because it just doesn't hurt, and it takes away the fear, it teaches you the rotation, it also feels incredibly like a trampoline. So that's kind of the mindset with that. Do that 4 or 5 times, you'll gain so much confidence, I promise. As you get kind of to the next stage, you want to actually try and hold on to the handle. Now, I said it briefly a minute ago, but when you're actually holding on to the handle, I think grabbing your back knee at the same time helps you to kind of just stay tucked in and flip a little bit faster. Then when you're going to try it, the common mistake I always see is people's heads, they kind of don't look back. They jump back, but they keep their, like, I don't know what these muscles are called, but they keep them like really like tight. You just kind of need to relax and like really feel yourself free. No, but seriously, try and let the head go back instead of staying tense. That's going to get you extra flip. The other thing people do is they leave their legs behind. And that is basically, like I said before, the longer you're open, the slower you're rotating. So yeah, try and really suck those knees up, because that's going to help flip you. It might take a few attempts to kind of get the timing of that, but once you figure it out, you're going to be amazed how easy it is. I'd actually say maybe try the first one on a small kicker, but a big kicker is probably actually going to be easier for this one. Just gives you more time in the air. So we're going to do one quick recap, because I love a recap, because sometimes I talk too much and I just like to make it bullet points. So here's how to do a toe-step back roll in bullet point form. Approach the kicker on your toes, take your backhand off, then as you get about 1 foot from the kicker, you want to actually go lower with your knees, bend down a bit and flatten off on the board. As you get to the top of the kicker, stand tall, chest up to the skies, look back over your head, suck your knees up to your chest as you take off. When you spot the landing, then be prepared to improvise, either tuck in smaller to flip faster or open up to flip slower. Spot the landing, then you want to look straight to the shore, get your head up, bend the knees in the landing, and boom, shaka, laka. You've nailed it. I think that might have been a lot to take in. But seriously guys, that is just what I go with. I'm sure there's plenty of other opinions on what you should learn first, but I just, from my experience and actually teaching people, I wish I was too scared to do a backflip for so many years. I could actually do, I'm going to tell you now, I think I could do heel 5, switch heel 5, toe 5, switch toe 5, backside 180, everything, before I had even, like, honestly, before I had the balls to do a tantrum. So I was super scared of going backwards, but I wish I hadn't been, because it's honestly so much easier. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it gave you a bit of a laugh, and I hope it also encouraged you to go out and try it, because it's not that hard. It's only water at the end of the day, and as long as you wait till the top of the kicker, or if you're on a wake to the top of the wake, you will be okay. And yeah, fingers crossed you even land it. But for now guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. We're growing like literally like 300 subscribers a day at the moment, which is pretty insane. I'm very grateful, so thank you so much for the support. And the lads and lassies, we're growing at a rapid pace. Anyway, blabbering on, good luck with the toe-step back roll, and thanks for watching.